everybody, this is Alchemist 2, and I'm back again with another movie review. Finally, at long last, I was able to see Percy Jackson's Sea of Monsters, which is the second book in the Percy Jackson series. And I really like this a lot better than the first film for obvious reasons. It's better made, it's more accurate, the characters are sensational. They have a different actor playing Chiron, whom I really enjoyed. Of course, Pierce Brosnan was playing Chiron the first time around, and he did a great job too. But I don't know who this guy was. He also did a sensational job playing that role. Dionysus, I love Dionysus. He's probably one of my favorite characters. I also love Hermes. I've always been a fan of Hermes, but he comes across as what he really is, kind of arrogant and narcissistic and stuck on himself and, high and mighty. That's funny. But he's just a very lofty character. All the other characters were really well done, including Tyson, who's a Cyclops, and I don't know what it is, but when I read Tyson in the book, I immediately fell in love with him because I thought I could relate to him. He's just kind of an outcast just because he's a Cyclops. And he's also the eternal optimist. He always sees the glass is half full and every cloud has a silver lining, and he always talks about faith, which I think is a really good message that the film carries along. And he's Percy's half brother. You figure that out early in the film. It also teaches the difference between Percy and Tyson is the fact that Tyson believes that Poseidon will answer his pleas or his requests, and Poseidon does, while Percy doesn't. He doubts, and of course Poseidon never answers his requests. I thought a lot of the sequences in this film were absolutely amazing. They were just awesome in the way that they were done. A lot of the action sequences. There really are no dull spots in this film. Whomever they chose for Thalia, I absolutely loved Thalia. Her character was spot on, I thought, just like all the others. I'm very eager to see Curse of the Titan done, as well as the other books in the series. Hopefully it won't take 2 bleeding years to do it, but this one is better than the first film. I like the first movie, don't get me wrong, but Annabeth was definitely a huge player in the book, and I don't feel that they really fleshed that out in the first movie so well as they could have. They could have done more with it. But despite all that, that was my only nag about the first film. They really give her more of... They're accurate. They portray everything beautifully, and I remember what happened in this one. And Clarice, I love to hate her just because she's very full of herself, and she has a superiority complex. Yeah, coming from a daughter of Ares, who should be surprised by that. But anyway, she has redeemable characteristics to her as well, which I like. All of the characters have their flaws, and then their integrity. I was gonna make a word out like integratable, which I don't think is a word, but oh well. I really enjoy this film. It's just so enjoyable, and there are lots of innuendos and jokes throughout. I have a lot of favorite scenes. I won't go into it, but if you've read the book, then you'll be pleasantly surprised that this one actually follows the book. It's almost word for word, and it's just like I imagined it would be. It was just beautiful. Again, Tyson is probably my favorite character in this book, just because he's so blithe, and he's just such a a likable character, and he's a a suffering savior type, which is why I like him so much. And he's just gentle, and he proves a point to Annabeth, which you see later on, and since she makes up for her her comments and her remarks, as well as her prejudice, and she has every right to be prejudicial, but she redeems herself basically. Soundtrack is amazing. I absolutely loved it. It was just phenomenal. I can't begin to say how good this film really is. I think it's really the best of the films so far, though I know that they're going to continue getting better and better, like Riordan's books did, and I'm just such a fan of his. And I'm eager to read the next book in the series. I don't know if that's the final book in the Percy Jackson series, or the series that he's working on right now is the Lost Heroes of Olympus, which I think is even better than Percy Jackson. And I don't know how he does it. He's just consistent. He always delivers, and he is on a level with such writers, I think, in my opinion, like Michael Scott or Terry Brooks or Cornelia Funk or Anne McCaffrey. I just feel like all these different writers have that common thread. I really don't know what else to say about this particular film other than go and see it, just because it's very enjoyable and very likable. And there's a little reference in here, and I don't know if any of you noticed this like I did, but since Hyperion Publishing is owned by Disney, which is the company that produced the books, when they're riding into the Cyclops' lair later on in the film, I won't say what they're going to get, but they Tyson and Percy start singing "It's a Small World After All." That company's owned by Disney, so that was just a little thing for the fans like myself who know this, and I got a big laugh out of it, and I was the only person laughing at that because nobody else got the reference at all. I thought, oh, can you please look at the back of the leaflet on the book? It's bloody Disney. Look at the ears. There they are. Boom. How could that be so hard to... Ugh, I just don't understand why people miss these references sometimes, and it's so blatant. But, it was really fun. I just laughed my head off at that. And of course, Grover with his one-liners. He was just delightful. And a lot of the lines that were in this movie I absolutely loved. And Thalia, when we actually get a chance to see what she looks like, she's amazing, and I can't wait because I love her. She's actually one of my favorite characters, other than Annabeth, for obvious reasons. She's very important later on in the series, if you've read the series like I have. But so basically all I have to say. But I'll do a quick update. I'm nearly finished with my internship. My last day is the 29th. I thought I was going to go into vascular technology, which I'm not going to do. The reason being is because there are really not that many jobs out there for vascular techs. They're few and far between. The job market is very, very, very sparse for a vascular technician, sadly. But I could probably go into x-rays, which I think would be even more interesting and more complicated. And I like the idea of what makes something tick. So, this would be the perfect position for me. So I'm going to look up a lot of technical information and see what's out there. And maybe this door is being opened for me for a reason. Because I want to help people. I want to heal people, make the world a better place. Leave it better than when I came in. Not really sure what else. I've got a new sci-fi story that I'm going to be working on. Of course, I'm still working on uh, 12 Lights, Underground Justice, Christmas Lights Year Round, which is a romance story, and it's actually, it starts off sort of tragic. It's bittersweet in a way, but it's a love story. It ends happily. Um, I've got a script I'm working on right now. A variety show I haven't really gotten into yet. There's a story called The Gauging, which is a romance about missionary. Uh, a missionary's daughter falls in love with a neuroscientist, a very young neuroscientist, or aspiring neuroscientist. I've got a whole bunch of other pieces of paper I'm looking through here that I have not even begun to start writing yet. And um, I just recently joined a writing group. Our next meeting is the 31st, but um, I'm actually going to read it as soon as I'm done with this review, because I really like it, and I think it's one of my better stories. But I did a drawing near the end, which I'll show with the video. But that's pretty much all I've been up to, and I've been writing some parodies. I wrote a parody of Innocent Man called Anime Fan. I haven't done that yet. I've got a few others. Francis Plea, I'm gonna do that to Crucified because I just feel like it could fit that personality, and there's French in it. So yeah, that's got France written all over it. I'm going back into my head Thalia groove again. I never really left it to begin with. Let's see. The other one is going to be called Snowflakes, and I know it's weird, but it's going to be to the tune of Imagine Dragons Demons, which, you know, you wouldn't think that something like that would work, but I think it's going to work, and I'm going to put it up during Christmas time. I want to do a Homestuck version of uh, Say You'll Cherish Me. As I have a good idea for that one, but I'm actually gonna write that down so I don't forget it. That's about basically all I'm gonna be doing at this point in time. And I started watching a new anime. I've only watched one episode of it. It's called Haganai, or I Don't Have Many Friends, and so far I really like it. It's really funny. I like the characters a lot. Even the little spoiled little rich girl, and she actually has a good reason to be doing what she's doing. I mean, it's legit. So she may not be so different from our main character that we meet at the very beginning of the series, but I haven't watched the whole series yet, so I'm not sure where it's going. That's about all I have to report for now, so I shall see you later. So until next time, ciao!